All right, all right, all right. Let's get this thing going back again. This is your brother from another mother, no other. Let's get this thing going. This is another clip of an interview with Dak Prescott. You know, calling Cowherd the herd. He got some good content on his page and channel, and fantastic podcast too as well. But I'm Law Nation. This is live on YouTube, raw, uncut, unfiltered. And this is my actual first time listening to this particular interview. And shout out to the Plaid Gang for calling Cowherd. But let's get this thing going. Let's get this interview going. Thank you guys for tuning in again.
Team in Philadelphia. Go ahead, say anything you want about anything in Philadelphia.
Don't have much to say.
Smart young man. You know, it's funny. I talk about being a man's league and not a kid's league. I gotta eat some crow here. When you were coming out of college, I said, and it's been all over the internet, I said, he reminds me of a better version. He's a better version of Tebow. I think he'd be a hell of a tight end in the NFL. Well, you obviously were great. And I just want to throw this out there. Did you ever hear that? Because I have taken more crap for that comment in my career than any. Did you even hear loudmouths like me saying?
Before he go further, man, I heard a lot from other people that Dak Prescott would be a better tight end and stuff like that. He's Tim Tebow, just right-handed Tim Tebow, and I didn't see that in his game. But we do know that this thing right here, Mullen, he coached Alex Smith and he coached Tim Tebow. So the player style is pretty much similar. And that's where people are getting that from, because he actually coached both players. Dan Mullen, I guess the Mississippi State head coach at the time, because he coached also Dak Prescott. But look at Dak Prescott's face at this time. Dak Prescott said, man, if somebody else mentions that, man, look at his face, man. But he said if somebody else mentioned that, man, I will go off. But it is what it is. Let's get this thing going again. So let's go.
This guy's not going to make it.
Yeah, somehow I usually don't listen to much loudmouths or you guys say, but somehow I did hear that one. But I say thank you. You're giving credit to my athletic ability, so I appreciate it.
You know, it's interesting. I really think this team has I called you guys a dark horse Super Bowl team.
I
called
that.
you about a month ago. Now, last year at this time, Dak, I called the Philadelphia Eagles a dark horse Super Bowl team. I like this team. I think you've upgraded your pass rushers. You've upgraded your linebackers. I like this club, and I like your offensive personnel. I do wonder about Jason Witten, though, Dak. He has been your security blanket. He may have the best hands of any tight end in the history of the game. How will you not miss him on those third downs?
He'll be missed. Somebody like Jason Witten isn't a guy that you can just come in and try to replace. Jason Witten's a guy that meant a lot to our team on the field and off the field, in the locker room. So
True that.
His leadership will be missed, but we've taken it amongst ourselves, the young leaders and the veterans on the team, to be more vocal and to step up and to be better leaders. And then on third down or on the field, we have guys that have made plays on different teams in the NFL, and there's some on the Cowboys. Guys, Cole Beasley, Allen Hurns, those guys, Tavon Austin, they'll be able to make those plays, and we're excited for the team. Like you said.
Clear confidence in his players. He mentioned Cole Beasley, Allen Hurns, that ability to just go out there and make plays on third downs. Not saying that they are Jason Witten, because Jason Witten has some sticky hands, but the thing is with these guys, I think that they can make some yards after catch, and that's what we really want to see, especially in this well-balanced offense. I'm really liking what Dak Prescott's saying.
The team we have.
It's interesting. The thing that blew me away about you from day one, you were never overwhelmed. Forget
Right.
the fact you were a rookie. You were a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And you were so cool and so confident. And off the field, every time they put a microphone in your face, you always said the right thing.
Yeah.
Now we're a couple years removed from that. When you looked so calm and cool as a rookie, did you ever feel overwhelmed when you were a rookie looking back on it?
No, I didn't. I was prepared, and I give credit to my teammates, my college coaches for preparing me for the NFL game, and then my coaches on the Cowboys of just always making sure I was prepared. I was ready for whatever the game threw at me. Then off the field, it was all new. It was all exciting. It was something I embraced. That I'd rather have the microphone in my face for something good than something bad. So I just embraced it. Just try to make the most of it.
When you step to the line today at practice, how do you see things differently than 3 years ago? Explain to my audience
Good question.
the growth, how you see the field,
Good
how
question.
it's easier now, and why it's easier.
Yeah, now going into year 3, just getting done with the minicamp and OTAs, and you line up against the defense. Certain things and certain looks just like jump out at me. Like I see it clear and I see it quick. Where 3 years ago, you're looking for those things, you're searching for those things, you're looking for the tendencies in the backers if they're blitzing or them off levels and things like that. Where now when I break the huddle and I go to the line, it's like some of the first things I notice when I look at the defense, they're off levels or this safety's leaning that way, he's trying to disguise, and all that's going to do is allow me to play ahead of the game and just be better.
You know,
Man, when we talking about timing, man, we talking about Dak Prescott. This brother is so PC, so well coached. When you talking about giving an interview, he don't really give nothing. He don't give nothing to the interviewer, or interviewee, whichever one is the interviewer, interviewee, whatever how you say it. But he gives no pretty much door wide open, and I like that. And to me personally, the way that Colin Cowherd is leveling out these questions is a whole lot better than what Skip and Shannon was trying to do previously. So Colin Cowherd is very intellectual, smart, and stuff like that. So I'm liking the way this interview is going, and I like both angles of where they trying to talk with. I love this, and I love the way that Dak Prescott is just pretty much elocuting his words, if you want to use big words out there. Shout out to those that's in the chat box, man.
No, you said something about a month ago, and I totally agreed with it, and I thought it was a mature thing to say. You said, listen, man, this whole thing about having a dominant number one receiver, I don't necessarily think that's a necessity, which I completely, absolutely agree with, and I've been saying it for years. Some people were like, whoa, it was a shot at Dez. Could I make this argument that when you have an Odell Beckham, when you have a Julio Jones, when you have an Antonio Brown, when you have a Dez, that sometimes as a quarterback, Dak, you almost feel that you have to go to him. You feel like, you know what, man, I got to get his touches in. And that when you don't have that now, that you walk to the line without that pressure on your shoulders. Could I make an argument that Dez sometimes forced you going to the line to look his way when maybe he wasn't necessarily a target?
I wouldn't say necessarily forced me, but in your defense of what you're saying, yeah, when you have those players like that, those receivers, the Odell Beckhams, Antonio Browns, Dez Bryant, you want to get them the ball because of what they've done in the past with the ball in their hand, where whether if it's going to make that tough catch or whether if it's getting it on a slant and breaking tackles or whatever it may be, you want to get the ball in their hand. So, it's just one of those deals that when you don't have a big-time guy or the number one or whatever you want to call those guys, you go out there and you just spread the ball around, and it's not a factor even in your head who gets a catch, who has how many touches. Some of my best games in the NFL have been with 8 different targets or so. So
yeah,
we'll head.
Hey. The boys putting out the knowledge, man. Somebody don't have a match right now because all of this flame he's spitting. Please don't have gasoline close by the match because we're going to blow this thing up, man. Somebody give me some fire emojis because I love the fact that way that Dak Prescott is just putting out his information. He first and foremost, he threw in the fact that what Dez Bryant was trying to do or was doing, but he kind of covered it with Odell Beckham's and the actual Julio Jones. And then he kind of placed it and he landed it so soft with the crafting of the message by saying that, hey, with those guys, they do demand the ball because of their past experience. And that's the best way. Man, Dak Prescott can just go run for president at this point because he don't paint himself in a corner. At this point, he's painting himself out of the corner and saying, okay, whatever you try to give me or throw at me at this point, I'm dodging it. Hey, DJ Cobb, shout out for that fire emojis, man. And the Callaway the best way. Man, I'm telling you, this is what Dak Prescott is doing. He's already setting the tone, the temperament for the season. He's not allowing nobody to talk about the Cowboys in a negative connotation, and he's also not allowing anybody to twist his words. Oh, man, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs. This brother is smart, man. I love this. And Colin Cowherd is smart, too, as well. I like the both conversation. I just wish I was this there in the mix, but I'm here now though. You guys know how it goes. Shout out to y'all, man. Let's continue to listen to this great interview. Good interview, man.
We'll head into this season with
You can still say great.
a mirage of guys and be excited for what we have.
2 years ago, he was the Offensive Rookie of the Year, despite being drafted in the 4th round, and some radio idiot called him a tight end. Oh, wait, that was me. How do you're the Cowboy quarterback. There's phones everywhere. But you have a life, and you have a right to a life, and you've never shown me any reason to be concerned in the NFL. When you go out now, nightclub, friends, teammates, are you sometimes apprehensive, anxious? Oh my God, I'm a Cowboy quarterback. Do you feel sometimes like you live in a fishbowl in Dallas and that you can't go out?
Yeah, I mean, not just Dallas, but other cities as well. Definitely sports cities,
Smart.
but it's just about being smart. It's about knowing that there's that opportunity for the camera to come out. There's that opportunity for something bad to happen. So it's about putting myself in the right situations, eliminating all those distractions or things that cause a spiral downhill and be in the news for something bad. That I just try to eliminate them, all aspects of it, and just be the best.
Finally, listen, Zeke is amazing. He's had some maturity issues. Do you feel it's your responsibility, now that you're in your 3rd year, that if he has a little stumble, it's your responsibility to go, talk to him, and address it?
Talk to him.
Yeah, I mean,
Talk to him, Dak.
he's a grown man it's not any man's responsibility to check on another grown man.
Boy.
Zeke is a guy that's grown so much just in the 3 years he's been in the NFL and the 3 years that I've known him, on the field and off the field. So I'm not too worried about Zeke. He's not somebody that I'm always checking on or calling. He's a professional. He's definitely take the steps and the strides that he's needed to be there.
Let me just stop it right here. Dak said, I ain't nobody's babysitter. That man's a grown man. He walk on his 2 feet just like I do. I love that. And man, Dak Prescott, he's not just falling into the trap. And then you saw how he didn't throw in Dallas under the bus. Y'all saw that. He didn't throw Dallas. He didn't throw the city of Dallas. He didn't throw the state of Texas under the bus. He's saying, you know what, in any city, you will have those type of situations that can occur. I love this, but one thing I can say, you need to mentor David Irvin on little things too as well, since he got all that knowledge in his young body and young mind. But neither here nor there. He didn't throw the city and the state under the bus. He said in any city, you have to play the part. And when you have that type of leadership and that mindset, remember, guys, it's all in the mind. This brother is putting out some information for those, especially those young guys that are still in high school right now, in middle school, going into college. Listen to this film, man. Listen to this tape. Listen to what Dak Prescott got to say about this. He had his transgressions too as well. We saw him laid out like Family Guy in college. We saw that, when he was down there in Miami. We saw that. But I think that Dak Prescott learned from his mistakes. And right now he's crafting and painting a beautiful picture that we all can just look back and say, yeah, I'm buying. Yeah, I'm buying what he's selling. So let's get going. Let's go.
To be the professional on and off the field, that'll make it a long time in this league.
Well, Carson Wentz is in your division. Giants upgraded on offense. Alex Smith in your division. The NFC is loaded. It is going to be an incredible season for you in the NFC, Fox and the Cowboys. You are here on behalf of Ready, Raise, Rise, a fight against cancer.
Ready, Raise,
Always
Rise.
been a good dude. What is that?
Yeah, Ready, Raise, Rise. I'm teaming up with Bristol Myers Squibb for the second year in a row. And the Ready, Raise, Rise campaign is just about bringing awareness and educating people on the immuno-oncology research. And it's focusing on the uniqueness in cancer and in different people's cancer. And not only that, just help about how it can help your immune system fight off cancer within the body. And it's something that I'm blessed to be able to be a part of and be on this team. Just know everyone knows my story with my mom. It's powerful and it's unique, and that brings me to our challenge. We're challenging everyone out there to go to ReadyRaiseRise.com, click the Pick Your Power link on there, and submit a photo of you with the Ready Raise Rise sign, and basically showing us how unique and how powerful you are, dealing with cancer, not dealing with cancer, being healthy, whatever it may be, but so we can raise money, and we can raise a lot of money and educate people on the immuno-oncology research. In doing so, once we get to 100 photos, Bristol Myers Squibb has promised to donate $250,000 to cancer advocacy groups. So it's a must.
Hey, by the way,
Yes.
you'd still be a really good tight end in the NFL. But you're also a great quarterback. But you could have been a great tight end. That's all I'm saying, Dak.
I appreciate that. I'll keep that in my back pocket.
All right, Dak. Thanks, man.
Shout out to the plaid t-shirts, baby, a plaid Oxford shirt, man. That boy bringing it back, man. Hey, that was the end of the interview, actually, and that was some good question by both, man. The Ready Raise Rise campaign. You guys go to the Dak Prescott Twitter page. Tell him, hey, Law Nation sent him. Let help a brother out. He gave us the education now. Now all we now need to do is make the donation to help grow that thing, and just tell them Law Nation sent you over there to Dak Prescott Ready Rise Raise campaign. So with that being said, my complete review of this, it's a dang good interview. I think that Colin Cowherd is an excellent interviewer, and I think that he put in a lot of good stuff into the mind of Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott was just falling back like, okay, whatever you throw at me, I'm dodging. I'm slowly moving things around. But in this point in time, I want to give a shout out to the first person that made it to the chat box. I always like to do that. You guys know the first, second, and third. James, what's going on, man? He was the first person in the mix. First plays that brother. He jumped in. He said, see, he's been, I think footwork. What if he get his footworks together? He's talking about Dak Prescott right here, and it was that last year he didn't have the pocket clean, stuff like that. So he was saying that what if Dak Prescott pretty much improved on his footworks all off season? That's what we got to wait on. That's what we really want to see. And shout out to second place JAFSMM234. I don't know how to say that, but you second and third place. Shout out to you, man. You got 2 awards. James only got 1. He's on top, right? But let's see what we got in here. Chris, what's going on to you, man? Wiggle Bells, my brother from another mother with the black hands. What's going on? Callaway the best way. We got Jawad. Is it Jawad Samar? Fly Eagles, fly Super Bowl 52 champs. Wentz has a ring though. Check his Twitter. He's smiling. But look behind me. You see behind me. You see all those banners we got behind me, that 5-time Super Bowl champions. You got 1 Super Bowl, which is good, and this was in this decade, which is wonderful. Shout out to you. What you want? A cookie? Come on, So when you get at least 3, then come see me. You know what I mean? You guys know I'm going to say that, the Eagles. But I'm going to let you guys, shout out to the Eagles, man. You guys had one hell of a run last year. This year's a different year. And then you guys might have a quarterback controversy at your hands. We'll see. We'll see what Carson Wentz do this year. Okay? All right, so we got Thompson. What's up, man? Just let J. Ward talk. It's stupidity. Yeah. Hey, this is from Anthony. What's going on? Cowboys should run a lot, run pass options with Dak. That's what I think. That's their philosophy. I think they're going to run the ball. They're going to run, pass. And he might as well call it a running offense, And third and short, that's what we're aiming for. Third and short. And then you can mix some things up with Cole Beasley. Did I mention Tavon Austin? There's going to be a lot of good stuff out there. Look at Dak Prescott just smiling, cheesing behind me. I love this, man. Foles over Wentz. This is from Bobby Boucher. Man, what's going on? Boucher. Mike Marto, fine. What's going on with you? J. Watt, he's still in the mix. He's saying, fly, Eagles fly. DJ Cobbs have a mental illness. Don't talk about my brother from another mother, DJ Cobbs. Let DJ regulate you on here, man. But shout out to you, man. TRYP, Allah. What's going on? I don't think we should run with Dak that much. No, I think we should play it by ear. But we should, in the red zone, money zone, green zone, that RPO that Dak Prescott do, everybody just... See, the thing is with Ezekiel Elliott, let me just go back to Ezekiel Elliott. The thing is with Ezekiel is that he rubs it into your face. He rubs against the opposition, and everybody want to stop him. Everybody want to stop him doing the eating thing, right? Everybody want to stop him from doing that. But what happened here is that they so focused on stopping the run that Dak Prescott can pull the ball back, scoop around the edge, and get the touchdown. That's just the bottom line. So it's not a trickery play, but it's one of those plays that works. So don't fix it. Don't try to fix it because it's not broken. You know what I mean? If it's not broke, don't fix it. But I'm saying don't fix it because it's not broken. Continue to do what got you there. So whatever got us down there to the money zone, green zone, red zone, the only person that can stop Ezekiel Elliott, and I'm telling you guys, is the guy that's on the sideline named Scott Linehan. That's the only person that can stop Ezekiel Elliott. I'm telling you guys the truth. No Dak Ninja, what's up? Who gets to 10 Super Bowls first? Not the Eagles. I mean, 10 Super Bowls, man, that's a lot of Super Bowls, man. That's a lot of stuff. Boomer Soomer, man, E-Girls are going to be a one-hit wonder. Or, you know, looking at the trend, they win a Super Bowl every, 50-some years. So, you know, that's what the trend say. Let me see, he says, why Dak was playing with a come on, man. Come on, G-Watt. Was it Tim Williams? 21 is going to eat, period. Yeah, he's going to eat. He's going to eat, period. Like a supersized Alvin and the Chipmunk. That guy is going to just be running. That's why he grow his beard out so you won't see the chipmunk face that he got. This number 21 will be into it. Miss Scouting Pro. Philly uses it more than Dallas. Yes, they do. Philly do use the run RPO pretty much plays more so than Dallas. And they did a full film breakdown that the coach was giving away all the secrets. And I don't know why Super Bowl teams does that, you know. They go out there and they win the Super Bowl and they start spilling all the tea. And I'm quite sure that everybody's going to be on that now. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, maybe I can craft up the video that their head coach went out on NFL Network and NFL Film Session, the new thing that they got, and he broke down to the T of the ins and outs of their particular offense and how they was able to utilize Carson Wentz and how it was pretty much a systematic spot, you know. So he could have had Tupac out there and Biggie, and they would have came up with the same results. And that's why we saw Nick Foles doing the same results. And think about this too as well. None of their receivers had over 1,000 yards. They utilized the middle of the field, and they used the running back too as well with the short intermediate passes. And then there was a lot of dinking and dunking. But I do know that Carson Wentz would never get that tag on him because it's all about the media and what they push out and what they portray, you know. So it was a lot of dinking and dunking. It was a lot of short to intermediate passes to the middle of the field, their tight end. And their tight end, come on, let's be real. They got some good they have a good tight end. And the Eagles, that's what they utilize with their offense. It's a very good offense, very good crafty way of the coach. And the coach did a very wonderful job of putting that thing together. And when you guys see that film session that I could put out there on Carson Wentz, you guys are going to say, okay, anybody could have done that, you know. But neither here nor there, no time to sip on or sour wine or eat sour grapes. They're Super Bowl champions for now, and we'll see how they play when they got a target on their back, when they're playing all these primetime games. We'll see how they stand up and show out then. All right, this is MD Scotty. Grace is given to those love. Grace is given to those love. I guess you're talking about grace and mercy, right? Is this Hargrave? Everybody on J-Ward. Charles Edwards thought that was the only short passer quarterback in the league. I mean, that's what the media would portray, that Dak Prescott is the only guy that passes dink and dunk passes. I'm going to tell you guys, go back and look at Joe Montana. He was not just launching that ball way down the field. Now, of course, everybody can only remember the highlights, but he had a guy named Roger Craig. That guy was catching the ball out of the backfield plenty of times through the 80s, and Roger Craig belongs in the Hall of Fame, guys. The guy is just fantastic. And if he's not already in the Hall of Fame, he belongs in there. All right, so who's this? Stephen Williams. The boys are going to show up and show out. That's what I'm talking about. They're going to show up and show out. They're going to do the thing. Boomer Soomer, J.Y. will murder Wentz. Hey, man, J.Y., man, y'all giving J.Y. all the love. You know, J.Y. getting everything. Boomer Soomer, J.Y., Wentz, J.Y., everybody talking about J.Y. Shout out to J.Y., man. I'm gonna go follow your page, man, when I get out of here. Okay. No Dak Ninja. It won't be funny, but Wentz is going to get hurt again. I mean, only one quarterback pretty much came from like a devastating injury like that, and his name is Tom Brady. Not calling Carson Wentz Tom Brady, but we were really gonna see what he can do, because this is my belief. I want to play the best. You know, I don't want to play the scrubs out there. I want to play against the best. So if Carson Wentz, the best quarterback out there on the field, I want some of Carson Wentz. I want our DBs to shut him down. You know, that's what I want. And believe it or not, as poor as we played last year, we held them to pretty much, I think it was the second game. Yeah, it was the first game of the year. We pretty much held them scoreless to the first 2 quarters, you know. And we didn't make no second half adjustments, and they just jumped out on us, and everybody looked at the score and they said it's lopsided and things like that. But football is a game of momentum, and we was like pretty much no momentum at all. We didn't have Ezekiel Elliott. We didn't have a lot of things go our way. So if somebody's saying right now we go 10-6, that's only giving us 1 extra game from last year, right? Because we went 9-7. If we can look back at the charts of last year, we can look at the LA Rams. We could have won that game. I know coulda, woulda, shoulda, and all that stuff. But if you guys just hear me out, we could have won against the Rams. We could have beat the Green Bay Packers. Second half adjustments is everything. We know the Chargers. We had them 0-3, and then all of a sudden they just went off on us in the second half. So we got to figure out a way to make our proper adjustments during the second half. And I think the coaching staff, I'm going to say this again, we go as far as Ezekiel Elliott. No one can stop Ezekiel Elliott but Scott Linehan. He got to call the proper plays. Now, I do know that plays are pretty much all down for execution. But just like the Atlanta Falcon game, we got to figure out a way. There's nobody on this green earth that can tell me. Let me just change up this picture right here, because I'm tired of looking at. Let's look at something else right here. That's a better photo right there. Let's look at that one. All right, so I'm just so tired of people just giving the coaching a pass against the Atlanta Falcons game. We know that they are screaming off the edge on the left side of the field. They should have rolled Jason Witten, somebody, put the tight end on that side, put a fullback in, keep somebody on that left side to help put the Band-Aid on the bleeding, man. You got to stop the bleeding. Just like when you go into the emergency room because you got shot with a gun or with a bullet wound or something, they at least try to stop the bleeding before the paramedics come. You know, just don't let the person bleed out. They put some pressure on and stuff, you know. But football is so close, man. Margin of error is just so close. If we'd have won 1 game, we'd have been 10-6. 1 more game or 2 more games, we've been 11-5. See? And we look at the season totally different. All right, so Virginia, find us in this mug. What's going on with you? Shout out to Oak Cliff too as well. Shout out to those people that's in their area, Grapevine. Shout out to Addison, Richardson, Texas, and hey, shout out to everybody, man. Heard the law. This is from Young Wilson, man. Appreciate you, man. Heard the law. You know, the law. Yeah, I like that. Foles is a system quarterback. Hey, we should definitely see Big J in this mix, man. Our boy Jamez Olawale is that fullback for us, the Cowboys. Yeah. I had my reservations when we first picked up Jamez Olawale, and I said, man, why would we get rid of Keith? And then when I started looking at Jamez Olawale tape and film, yes, he can block. He's aggressive when he's blocking. He is sneaky fast when he's talking about catching the ball out of the backfield. He's a poor man's, to me, Rod Smith, but in this same fashion, you put him in as a spellback of Rod Smith, man, these teams are going to have to come up for air at one point, and they're going to say to the defense, going to say, I'm tired of Ezekiel Elliott running over us. And then all of a sudden, when I figure out Ezekiel Elliott, Rod Smith get this thing. And then once I figure out Rod Smith, they got a guy named Jamez Olawale that's coming in. And then I mentioned too as well, Bo, come on. We got to get this thing going. Big J, you know how we going. You know how we doing this thing. He's a baller. That's from Steve. I'm going to give some more love to Joe Ward, man, since he all in this mix, man. So was it the system that made Wentz the best quarterback in the red zone or third down last season? Was it the system? I mean, you can craft up and call a good play. And like I said earlier, too, as well, before we got deep dive into this conversation about system quarterbacks and not, 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 3 is a whole lot different between 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. So you guys got a LeGarrette Blount. When you guys went and got the other running back who just came out of the woodshed, I forgot his name, and I don't follow the Eagles that close. I forgot his name, but he was a little smaller running back. Because everybody was like, oh wow, they lost Sproles, and everybody was pretty much saying, okay, this is the song that never ends for the Eagles. And this other guy, forgot his name, put his name in the inbox, J. Watt. This other running back, he was explosive. He didn't go down without a fight. He was a good running back. So they had these tail of running backs out there. LeGarrette Blount and this other little scat back built type of, I think his name was Clemens or something like that. I can't remember this guy's name. Not Jay Ajayi, this was before Jay Ajayi got there. What's that other running back name for the Eagles? Jay from the Dolphins. No, it was this other guy. He was in the mix and he was just he's scatting everywhere. I know J Wad would know, And they was able to run the ball, and then they was able to take the pressure off of Carson Wentz, and they was able to utilize the middle of the field. We know Blount was one running back, and it was Jay Ajayi, but it was another little running back that came in, not Sproles, because you guys know I don't follow the filthy. Yeah, Corey Clement, that guy right there, that little guy right there made you forget everything about Sproles. Corey Clement was everything for you guys last year, and I say this right now. He was just like the best change of pace running back for you guys. He had LeGarrette Blount doing his thing. He was a big bruiser, finesse type of burly guy that can just find ways, the leader of guys out there, because he had pedigree from Super Bowl champions. He played behind Bill Belichick, so he had wisdom and knowledge and also understanding of what needs to be done out there on the field. And then he wasn't worried about getting benched because of the fact that he was used to being in the rotational system. That means everything for the Eagles. And then on top of that, I don't know how this became Eagles topic. We got Dak Prescott interviewing Colin Cowherd. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that when Corey came in, they did not miss a beat. To me personally, Sproles being injured was probably the best thing that happened to you guys, because we know everybody knew what Sproles was going to do when he get the ball. You guys remember the year before, Sproles was trying to play basketball with the football, him and this other guy. They're dribbling the ball, but this Corey guy, he came in and he owned the moment. He came out there and he played and he balled. And then also you sprinkle in the Blount. You roll up with the Blount, and you also take those hits that ways too as well. And then when they got a Jay Ajayi, I said, man, I said on one of my screams, I said, man, you guys got Jay Ajayi for a 4th round pick. And at that time we were still going through our little transgressions with Ezekiel Elliott and stuff like that. So I'm sitting here saying, like, man, the Eagles are coming to win this game because they trying to go out there and do it. And they went out and got a Jay Ajayi for that price and for that pick. That was everything. So we'll see it. Everybody's ready for Corey now for this year. Everybody's ready for him, but that meant a lot for you guys. Then also the tight ends. That Trey Burton guy and the other guy, we knew what he can do. Selleck, whatever his name is. You guys had some good tight end that can take the ball vertically up the field. And occasionally, that's why your wide receivers didn't have over 1,000 yards. Occasionally, Alshon Jeffries was plucking the ball out of the sky, catching the 50-50 ball. And then all of a sudden, come on, Eagles fan, if you guys don't agree with me on this one, just agree with me on this one. Just for one time in your life, agree with me on this one. That number 13, Aguilar, everybody was throwing him out, leaving him for dead, right? But he showed up last year. He caught the intermediate passes. He wasn't dropping the ball. His hand wasn't made of bricks. Somehow last year he showed up and showed out, right? Come on, just agree with me on that one. Because everybody the year before was saying that he was a bust of a pick and they were trying to get rid of him. But he showed up and he finally made his 1st round draft grade last year. So with all that being said, now we got guys too as well that's unproven commodities like the Allen Hearns of the world, and then we also have the actual Tavon Austins, and we got Cole Beasley that's going to step it up too as well. We got some new wrinkles in the mix, and then you throw in the aspect too as well that these guys, they pluck the ball, catch the ball with their hands. Look at the Michael Gallup tape too as well. I know he's not an unproven commodity, but when you put Ezekiel Elliott, remember, Don't try to craft a team around what you said, what we did previously. What you want to craft a team around is Ezekiel Elliott. There's no way in this God green earth that you say that Ezekiel Elliott would have played all games last year that we would went 9-7. What I'm saying is that if you get Ezekiel Elliott playing every game this year, it's just going to be a better team just regardless. The defense, the opposition have to play us different, and we're just going to just be a better team. That's just how it goes. That's the flow of the thing. And then you talk about Tavon Austin. I know I'm repeating myself. With the Tavon Austin and Ezekiel Elliott, those are going to be our hidden secret sauce. And what about Lance Lenore? Yeah, he's going to do his thing too as well. That's my pet cat from last year for making the team like the long, the dark horse of the team or what have you. He ultimately made the team. And he's going to be a guy that we really need to take a look at too as well, because he's getting trained by always open D-Rob, and he's going to show up and show out. Well, we got to say prime time. Rico is a beast. We got to see Rico. We got to wait and see. Wait and see what Rico going to do for us this year. Who else we got? Big J. Yeah, I said Bo Scarborough. He going to have to show up and show out. This is from Reggie Dunn in his mix, man. What he says, Dak is not the answer. He can't read defense. You're entitled to that, hey, we'll see. This third year, gloves come off. I'm going to have to call a spade this year. So we'll see what Dak Prescott can do against the defense. We'll see. We'll break that down. 5 group, he says, who tired of Dak not owning his own, or how well or how poor his receivers played in 2007. He said, I don't know. He said, who's tired of Dak not owning how well? I think Dak just made a statement. I don't think he done made it with Colin Cowherd, but the interview before, he said he give himself a C. And I think he probably said C-, but he said a C. And he didn't play up to par to where he wanted to play at. And at this point, he can't point the fingers. He can't point the fingers at his wide receiver. When you point the finger, you got 3 pointing back at him. So at this point, I think Dak Prescott is owning the moment, the fact that, okay, I need to improve on myself, and then by me improving, everybody else elevates, you see. And then on top of that too as well, I think this too as well, Ezekiel Elliott, by him being out there on the field, everybody else game elevates, Everybody else becomes better in a sense. Dak said Beasley was triple covered. This was from my group 5. If you look back at films, bracket coverage, you're really not going to see that from the naked eye. You have to look at the film. You got to look at the all 22. And if you think of a bracket, if anybody does any type of lumber work, skill work, and you got to get those brackets to hold the brace up, that is exactly what bracket coverage is. You can either do insides and outs on bracket coverage. There's so many things. And the best way to beat bracket coverage is pretty much running the guy vertical or putting the guy in motion so he can get from under the underneath guy. So they weren't able to do that. Believe it or not, they missed the reverse sweep to get those plays open. They had to steal, believe it or not, guys. I do know that Lucky Whitehead kind of messed up or didn't mess up, whatever the situation was. When they got rid of Lucky Whitehead, and I do know somebody gonna come at me and say, oh man, Law was putting everything on Lucky Whitehead for last year. But no, it made the defense play honest. That reverse sweep, I think if anybody can look up the average, I think he was averaging 13, maybe 14 yards off that reverse sweep. And one thing that teams can't do, you cannot bracket coverage or cover Cole Beasley when you're finna do that reverse sweep, because you just don't want a guy taking it to the house. You gotta still respect speed, and I think that as fast as Ryan Sweets was, he didn't have the quickness to run the reverse sweep. He's fast, but he didn't have the quickness. Just listen to what I'm saying. And I think Tavon Austin is quicker than fast, and fast. He just dynamite, as they say. All right, so no Dak Ninja already confirmed Wentz out for the season. Oh wow. Hey, somebody was mentioning too as well before I picked up this thing. Somebody got some news on Cam Newton. They were talking about something about, I hope he's not suspended. Any news out there? Any breaking news on Cam Newton? Tim Hargrave, what he said, not saying all of them, but at least 75% of them. I don't know the conversation beforehand. Mark Thomas, everything hinges on how many touches Zeke get. True that. Everything hinges on how many touches Emmitt Smith got, Legion of Boom in Dallas now. This is from DJ Jollivan. Yes. Hey, Shout out to you, man. Rico is 282 now. He cannot block. He can block. Can he block? Can he not block? That's what you're saying. Say prime time. We'll see. The linebackers are going to put the QBs on the ground. This is from Rev Oz. Yeah. You know, I love the Q&A session, man, with you guys, man. You guys bring in so many good points. I can't wait to go back and look at most of these comments that you guys saying. Big J, he says, Chris Richard coaching the secondary, though. Chris Richard. We'll see. We'll see what different type of defense we have with Chris Richard. Jackie, what's going on, Jackie? What's going on? He said, who cares about Wentz? Why are you here, Dak? He was better than Wentz. The numbers don't lie. Da 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 da. Yeah, I mean the numbers do craft up a story that pretty much so that from numbers wise, you know, numbers don't lie type of stuff, you know. But I'm not big on numbers, but we guys look at the numbers and you can say, well, you know, craft a story that Dak Prescott is better. But I'm thinking, Miss Jackie, on the interview before, even Dak Prescott said, hey, I don't care about the numbers. I want to win. And deep down in our hearts, you know, we can look at the numbers of Eli Manning, right? Not even close to Tony Romo, right? But right now, and deep down in our hearts, we would switch him out any day to have 2 Super Bowl rings. And that's the thing. We got to figure out a way to get beyond the numbers. And I do know that Dak Prescott, he have intangibles. And those are things that we just can't see. He's a winner. He's a baller. He's a gamer. He's one of those guys that you just can't go to sleep on. He's going to show up and show out if we have everything in order. And I think that even in the midst of all the troubles and the trials and tribulations that we had all last year, he was able to rise up to the cause. And speaking of rise up, guys, don't forget to make the donation for Ready Rise and his cause, you know, the Ready Rise, you know. And I think that he speaks from a level of sincerity. He speaks from a level-headedness too as well. So I'm gonna read a few more comments before I run. DJ Cobbs, any day is the Sheila Neal. You won't hear anything about Cam unless he played for the Dallas. Yeah. I'm going to do some research on that too as well. Whatever you guys talking about, suspension of Cam Newton. But yeah, you won't hear anything because he don't play for the Dallas. Is that Pale Moon? That's I think that's how you name. The only numbers that matter is 22 and 10, and that's it. Hey, the win column, the winning is what counts, you know. And remember, I always say everybody have reasonings, but results is what matters. That's what matters. Can we put 2 running backs on the field at the same time? This is from VZP19461. Yes, you can put 2 running backs out there at the same time. Hell, you can line up with 3 running backs if you want to. You just have to have 11 men on the field, you know. And then also too as well, you'd rather have a system where you have 5 offensive linemen out there to craft up some good running plays for your running back. And it's all possible. Kodak Table, yes. Hello, Mark Thomas. You know, this is from Jackie. She said, I'm so sick and tired of the crowning of these Eagles. Yeah, they've been crowned a lot. Done for. Would it be nice if we are better against the run this year? It would be nice, man. It would be nice. This is from MD Scotty for show. Michael Jackson. Yeah, Michael Jackson this thing. Creativity. We're going to have to do some creativity. And with that being said, you're going to have to figure out something. Cam Newton suspended indefinitely for wearing silly hats. Yeah, he does wear those crazy hats, but shout out to Cam Newton style. You know, he pulled off some stuff that I would never wear. I'm a brother. I would never wear capris. I would never wear skin tight jeans. I won't do that. It's just against my personal code of sanity, and then I won't wear those crazy little hats that he be wearing. So just not my style, you know, just not my flavor. But that's his, you know. Young Wilson, I agree. The law speaks. Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here? Yes. Yes, are you not entertained? You know, Cam Newton argued with the team at the football camp. Okay, say prime time. Okay, so there's some stuff, some Cam Newton stuff out there. The reason why we bringing up Cam Newton, because that's the first game we play. And Dak Prescott said himself, that's the game that he circled on his calendar. That's the game that he's going to be ready to play. Dak will be better than McNabb. Okay. I'm hoping he will be. We all hope so. Yes, indeed. Jackie Smith, who cares about winning? Dak is our QB1. Yes, he is, Miss Jackie. That's my lady right there in the chat box regulating things. All right, Pedro, what you got? 3 running backs, wishbone during the goal line. Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you guys, when we get down there that close, we don't need to be trying to force no fade pass. We got arguably one of the best. I said one of. I didn't say the best, 'cause I'm tired of saying it like that. We got one of the best offensive line in the actual universe, right? So all we got to do is get into that formation, just ram that thing in, put 6 points on the board. You think about other plays later. You know, let's put money on the board. Chad Cotton, I meant to say. Facts. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so preach. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to preach to you guys. I always say this: when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. Now, come on, that's what Dak Prescott is doing. That's what he's doing, keeping himself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. See it through. See this thing through. Remember, I tell everybody, we are not going to just finish the fight. We're going to start this fight this year. And even hope may seem but futile, then with trouble may be beset. Remember, you facing what other legends have met. The Roger Starbacks, the Troy Aikmans of the world, the Emmitt Smith and the Michael Irvins. But when you fall still fighting, head high to the finish. See it through, Cowboys Nation. See it through. Dak Prescott, Emmitt Smith, gonna tell you guys the same thing. And also, my brother from another mother, my guy, the Michael Gallups of the world, the Alan Hearns, the Ezekiel Elliott's, they got to see this thing through. We can want it for them, but they got to want to have the desire, the fire to put it into their own minds and their own hearts and soul and sinew. They are the ones that are going to have to get out there on Sundays. Look, I tell everybody this too as well. Everybody be thinking that what I say is the letter of the law. Now, it can be in certain senses, but it's not the written word for everybody. What I'm saying is only opinions. What I'm saying is only my thoughts. I don't have no control of what the Dallas Cowboys are going to do. All I can do is just spit fire, and all I can do is just spit you guys what I'm telling you guys, what I'm thinking, what the Cowboys should do. Now, what they're going to do is all dependent on their minds, their hearts, and what they desire. But what I want them to desire to be is to go out there and win the Super Bowl and stop all of the foolishness. Handle your business. Take care of your business. That's why I was more disappointed than upset and mad and all this stuff at David Irving, because he says he's doing this for his daughter and stuff like that. But if you want to do this really for your daughter and you don't want her to just work and sweat and blood and all this stuff and tears out there, you can make everything possible for her by playing the National Football League and getting those big old checks. You see what I'm saying? Generational change type of income. But you can also throw it all away for one night of passion. You can also throw it away for one blunt or missing one test. Things like that are small things. It's not about the big things. Sometimes it's the small things that make you lose everything. All right, so what else we got? Big J, Dak Prescott, and those tremendous off-field skills. Your heart. You heard that, Law Nation? Yeah, man, I hear that. I hear that. Tremendous off-the-field skills. Yeah, Dak Prescott got to get this thing going. And then Nola, Mississippi. That's what I'm talking about. Modley, what's going on, man? No Dak Ninja, the truth. Tim, what's going on with you, man? James Sorrow, yeah, really, Tim. Yeah. So, guys, that's all the time I have for today, man. Don't forget to like this page. Put the thumbs up. Join the notification squad so you guys can jump on when I come in at weird times of the day. And also, too, as well, share this information. this is a YouTube centric channel, but you may see it on Facebook, you may see it on Twitch, you may see little clips on Instagram too as well. I got merch now, so if you guys want merchandise like the Law Nation cup, mug, t-shirts, hats and stuff like that, click the link in the bio or click the link down below. They got all the good stuff out there for you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to give away some stuff when it comes down around season time. And also guys, we're gonna try to go live too as well, I think Thursday night. I know the draft is going around, the NBA draft. You know, if your team is drafting, just try to jump in with us too as well. We can talk about the NBA a little bit, just a little bit, but we're gonna still keep it Cowboy centric. And also too as well, what else I want to tell you guys about? The All or Nothing, the Patreon. If you guys still want to watch most of the All or Nothing, it's on the Patreon account. Just click the link down below. You don't have to make the donation to grow the nation for the dollar this time around. It's all on me. So go down there to the Patreon, click onto it. You have to scroll and find it, you know, and all of the clips are there. But when football season come around, I'll be curating every NFL game. It's going to be 30 minutes long or what have you, the chopped up version without the commercials. And that's where you'll go and find those games. So with that being said, shout out to Jackie again and No Dak Ninja. That's been my time. I really thank you guys for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. Let's jam out to some good music, man.